If you're reviewing them on an annual basis, you're probably in trouble as it is. Wow, what some crazy times. Inflation is out of control, over 8%. That means your cost of goods sold has probably gone up substantially. So you really need to dive into your financials and see where you're at, which means you need to decrease the cycle that you're typically reviewing your financials. So if you were reviewing them on a monthly basis, go to weekly. If you're reviewing them on a quarterly basis, go to monthly. If you're reviewing them on an annual basis, you're probably in trouble as it is. So dive in as fast as you can. The way I like to look at the financials is look at the last 12 months, month over month. And we look at our revenue line. What does our revenue look like? And our different revenue streams. Then our cost of goods sold and our gross profit number. Our cost of goods sold probably has gone up with the supply chain issues and the inflation factors that we've had. So you really got to monitor this now. Look at your gross profit numbers. And then, depending on how that's looking, we look at our fixed expenses. So these are expenses you have whether you have a sale or not. And we want to dive into our fixed expenses and look at our net profit number. If our net profit number isn't hitting our goals and objectives, then we want to look at our fixed cost and our revenue. Where's the biggest challenge or the biggest constraint in the business? Do we need to cut costs? Do we need to increase revenue? Or do we need to do both? You probably need to do some of both. So I recommend going through line by line on all your expenses and say, what can I do to reduce this by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%? And then put the plans in place and the actions in place to start reducing those costs. Look at your revenue line and say, okay, do I have a marketing issue or a sales issue? Am I getting enough leads? What's my conversion rate look like? And how do I improve those? Whether it's sales training, whether it's a different marketing strategy, dive into that, look at your constraints in your business, and start putting the plans in place to address them. Revenue, cost of goods sold, gross profit, fixed cost, net profit. You've got to look at these and dive into them and monitor them much more tightly because the cost of goods sold with the inflation factor has changed substantially. So this is all available in brainSHARE.online in the financial module, the financial course. So if you're not diving into your financials or you're not sure how to, sign up at brainSHARE.online, the financial module, and we'll dive into it with you. Thanks and have a great day.